Good morning, everybody. How are you? Everybody okay? I
Yeah.
kind of like to have a conversation with you guys. Is that all right? My name is Roberta Saffels. I am in Doha for the last 4.5 years, and I specialize in positive psychology or positive leadership in Qatar. My background is in positive psychology. And today we're talking about what creates exponentially successful companies. And Snoonu is an incredible example of that. So we're going to talk a little bit about what is positive leadership, and then what is happening within Snoonu that actually showcases how that approach to leadership creates the incredible impact that they are having. So I want to ask you, what shapes our reality more? Is it what we choose to focus on, or is it what we choose to ignore? What do you think? Oftentimes, when we focus on one small piece of what's happening, there we go, hang on. There we go. So sometimes we miss the whole picture when we choose to put our attention in only one aspect of what we're looking for. And that happens with a lot of leaders. We are trained throughout our lives to focus on what's wrong with people, what's wrong with our business. How many frameworks of problem solving are there? The why, right? Everybody has heard of those frameworks. But sometimes when we're looking so focused on what is wrong, we are missing the big picture, and we're missing what is actually going right. What is working well within an organization, within a team. And rather than spending so much energy in trying to focus those problems, what if we spend that same energy amplifying what is right and growing it in such a way that what is originally wrong becomes irrelevant? And to some degree, that's what happens in organizations that are considered positively organizations. Did you guys guess any of this? Yeah, when we originally are so focusedly looking, we miss the big picture. And I want to challenge you in your leadership to not miss the full picture of what's going on in your context. Our attention and our path of attention, our focus, will strengthen different pathways in our brain. And the more we look at what's wrong, the more we look at the problem, the more that's what we're going to see. When we start shifting the way we look, we start seeing potential, and we start seeing strength, even in the things that are apparently are problems. I like to say, and if you've been to a training with me, you've heard this before, that every behavior at its core is a strength. It's how we choose to look at it. So for example, if I come in here and I show up as super duper arrogant, know-it-all, what is the strength behind that behavior? The strength might be, I am confident, but I am overusing that confidence. And so I need, rather than not become confident anymore, I need to calibrate that confidence so I can listen to and show up with that strength, but then calibrate it so it can optimize in the environment that I'm in. And so that's what we're talking about, is identifying what are the strengths, even in the problems, and how can we calibrate it so that it shows up in an optimal way. So we find what we're looking for. If I ask you what's wrong with the Web Summit, you're going to start looking for the problems. If I ask you what did you love about the Web Summit, you're going to start thinking about what it was really innovative and interesting, right? So the questions I ask will direct the attention, where you put that attention. And so we find what we're looking for. So what are the questions that I'm asking inside my brain that are directing my attention and my thoughts? And it's interesting because when I talk about positive, a lot of people think that I'm talking about good vibes. And that is not what I'm talking about. Positive, in the context of positive leadership and positive psychology, when we talk about positive, we're talking about a relative preference. So is this something that I rather have in contrast with something else. So it's a relative preference. But it's also something that has to have sustainability over time. It has to remain positive now and 10 years from now. So for example, do I enjoy eating chocolate? Yes. Is that positive in this experience? Yes. But if I eat chocolate every single day, is that going to be positive over time? No, because it's going to cause some health problems for me, right? So that is what we're talking about when we talk about, hello? Yeah. That's what I'm talking about when I'm talking about sustainability over time. And then sustainability across persons. When I talk about positive, it has to be positive for me, but not in detriment of you. So let's say if I decide to, let me think of an example. If I decide to do an event, but then in order to do that event, I'm kicking somebody else out of that venue, that is not really a positive approach because somebody else is suffering for me to have a positive experience. So that is not positive in that context. Does it make sense? It's the same in terms of across effects and across structures. It has to be positive, independent of what environment I'm in. So that is what we mean by positive. We're not talking about just a positive wash and let's pretend that problems don't exist. Not at all. In optimism approach, we actually are not shy of seeing the problems. We look at the problems, instead of avoiding the problems, we step into it with hope and courage. So positive organizations look at a challenge and say, interesting, let's go for it, and let's overcome that challenge, instead of let's pretend that challenge is not there. That is actually what pessimists do. They have an avoidance response. Optimists have an approach response. And I don't know if you're starting picking up. If you know Snoonu, and if you know Mr. Hamad, you can already see how these are some of the approaches that this organization takes in creating the incredible results that they're creating, right? Another concept of positive leadership, and that's the boring part before we move to actually real case examples in Snoonu, but I like to talk about the heliotropic effect. Could you give me a show of hands if you ever heard what the heliotropic effect is? Some people that have been in training with me have heard about it. So the heliotropic effect is an effect that we see in nature. If you think about it, in every living being is attracted to what is life-giving. So if you are a plant, you're going to be attracted to the sun because that is life-giving. The roots are going to try to find water because that is life-giving. Every living being is attracted to a life-giving source. It's the same with people and with organizations. So if I am a leader and I give people something that is a life source, guess what? They're gonna want it. They're gonna go for it. They're gonna actually step towards it. And so as leaders, we fail when we actually create fear environments, because what we're doing when we create fear environments, we're not giving them something to look forward to step towards. We're giving them something to run away from. So that is very detrimental to productivity and success. So the heliotropic effect in teams and organizations creates that desire to give more, because that is life-giving. So that's what this is. So this Snoonu case. So positive leadership has 4 pillars. And we're going to talk with Mr. Hamad. Mr. Hamad, would you join me?
Let's have a question to the room. What if you are a captain of a ship and basically there is a tornado happening at the same time? You don't know are you going to survive or not. You have your crew with you. Are you going to be positive that time or negative that time? If you are positive that time or negative that time, what the situation will be? And I can assure you one thing, if you became negative at that critical time, it does not give hope to the crew of the ship, it will sink. Leaders are about positive. You have to make sure people believe good things is coming. You need to be the energy, you need to be the positive. So leadership is about giving hope to the people and believing in it. So there is a model we are following, as Dr. Roberta said, it's 4 models. But by default, leader means a positive person. You have to smile. Don't be, grumpy. There is no leader grumpy, I'll be honest with you. You see Hamad smiling. Yeah? Hamad is smiling there. Yeah? Everyone's smiling. And this is about Snoonu. Everyone walking to Snoonu office, what they say, I have something very strange with this company. Everyone walking, but everyone's smiling. Yeah? Why? Because we are a positive company with positive attitude, with positive leaders. This is Snoonu about. So the first positive, I would say, positive meaning. What is positive meaning? What if you join the company and say, well, you are here to, as example, you're a software engineer, your job is just to code and to write few codes. Then maybe after 3 months, you're gonna build a product. Is that going to motivate you? But soon you can see it in everyone, nothing has happened on the other side, yeah? Let's build Qatar for future. We have a purpose. Everyone here is driven by a purpose. To create something great, to be part of something great. The first Al-Fara'ab, the region. The first unicorn in Qatar, and so on. This is the story of Snoonu. So you need to have a story. You need to have a should be positive story, yeah? And what is the reason? One of the fastest company around the globe to be profitable. And today, actually yesterday, I was sitting with one of the biggest investors. They put $200 million on that company. I opened my Google, I went to Glassdoor, and Glassdoor is a website about recruitment. The rating is 2.2 out of 5, and people already talking badly about the company. I said, when they buy your $200 million, people don't love this company. Where does money will be going? The people don't love this company. And the other side, so the total fundraising is $50 million, that's it. But we closed profit of 2024, $60 million. We are one of the unique case. Profit is more than total fundraising. Why? Because people here love the company, they know the positive meaning of the company, the positive purpose. The second one, I would say,
can I just talk about something that I think is important, that you are actually an example of this. Because in positive meaning, you have to have what we call an Everest goal. And becoming the unicorn in the Ultra app is in the beginning of Snoonu especially. Now we feel it's visible totally, but we are 4 years in. To believe that from day one, that is an Everest goal that pull all these talent together to want to join you. And that the coder, the person that sells the coffee, the person that, the writers, they all are becoming a part of this massive purpose of this organization. And that is very inspiring. And I have not heard you talk once without mentioning this, which is an example that you have to always be talking about that Everest goal. The same with Qatar. 15 years ago, when they talked about the World Cup, people laughed, right? That was an Everest goal that created the momentum for this country to be where it is. And you are definitely, Snoonu is an example of that.
Thank you, Roberta.
And the next one.
Okay. Actually, there is a famous say, it's a good company about, you should see the horizons. But great company is about seeing horizons. But the difference, yeah? Horizons mean you can go beyond and beyond the beyond. And that's what Snoonu about. Every time we are watching horizons. We have this charge. We came with this idea, we went to China, me and Huda, and we just purchased it, and we started doing business with Snoonu just because we have no money. And the second one, the positive communication. And basically, positive communication is, just think about it. You talk about positive purpose, but what if you don't know how to talk with people? You don't know how to say nice word to them, encourage them. As you said, see the good things, not the bad things. Some people have this disorder, yeah? Oh, I'm not gonna forget to make that mistake. I'm gonna stick to that mistake, but I'm gonna forget many things that will be done to the company. Instead, I would say, and this is my advice to leadership. First, when you became a leader or became manager, for your place, I wouldn't say sooner. Invite the team to have a coffee, let them love you, like you, accept you, know more about you, build a relationship. Let them know you. Who are you? Yes?
which is the
Did you-
positive leadership.
That
Or,
was the second one, yeah?
communication is second, which
Okay,
is affirming what you said, and then relationship is the third.
So when you talk about communication, I mean the second is communication. First, we have this ability to have a positive conversation with people. And there's so many leaders fail, and that's actually what I'm trying to do. I'm not just CEO and the leader. I'll make sure everyone here is a good leader. Everyone is here. And let's do a game, yeah? Let's say the product development. Do you like Matthew? Product.
Raise your hand.
Yeah? Okay. How about commercial? What do you think about Jaime? Very positive guy or not? So, basically, how about Tech and Nikita? Do you think Nikita is positive? How about marketing and Rahma? This is the highest. Rahma wins, by the way. But you see, guys, my point is, it's not about technical capabilities. It's about lead by love and have a good relationship with them. They have to trust you. And someone asked me, can I walk in and people trust me? I said, you cannot walk in and people trust you, yeah? It's like a score system. It's about momentum. Moment number one, the trust gained by 1 point. Moment number two, the trust gained by 2 points. Moment number three, and you have to build your credibility with the team. It takes time, but make sure the steps is in the right direction, and people love you, and people trust you, and people like you. That's very important. But of course, saying that one, not enough to have communication, yeah, but relationship, yeah. I still remember until my first manager when I joined a company called Tasir, which is still under Qatar Energy. It was tough, boss. It was very tough. I was from Qatar Energy, he's from Shell. But he never forget my birthday. He never forget yearly anniversary. He always walked to my office and he had this words. Thank you, him. Thanks what he done to the company. And this is what I'm telling you guys. So in a way, this is small conversation with the direct numbers. Small conversation. As a conversation happened between, I would say, Hamza and myself. Maybe change Hamza, maybe change Roberta. A small conversation between Matthew and Dennis. That will great things in the company. And remember, it's about small conversation and relationship, and people have to trust you. And if they don't trust you, then you definitely you cannot take position as a leader. So it's about communication and relationship. So that great purpose is something I can do it. I'll be honest with you. But when you go down, it became more about C-level, then director, and the team member. And that's why through all the ranks, I'm scanning everyone. I keep scanning the whole organization with you guys. And to be honest, guys, I have small conversation with normal team member. Do you like your manager? The moment he gave me this, thankful I don't have that one, but if he give me negative feedback about the manager, I said, well, maybe he's the wrong guy. I believe people should love the leader. Not boss. There is no one loving this boss in the world. I'll be honest with you guys, no one in this world love the boss. And we don't have any boss in Snoonu. A boss is status, by the way. It's happening, you've been in the organization for a long time. And you've been promoted, and people are stuck with you. I'm stuck with you. People are stuck with you, and you know what to do with these guys, yeah? So, yeah.
Can I tell one story that for me stuck with me? So I met Hamad when I was doing my research in positive leadership in Qatar. And it was supposed to be an hour, we spent 2 hours because it was fascinating. But recently I went to the office and I was talking to one of the girls, and she was telling me that the year before she had done an amazing job. You told me she does an amazing job. But you know what he did? She was sitting in the office right before Christmas, and he looked at her and said, are you not going home? And she's like, no, I can't. And he's like, no, you worked really hard. You probably want to be with your family in the holidays. You're going to go home. And what that says is, you looked at her and you're like, what is important to her? This is important to her. I want her to experience what's important to her. What that communicates to people, I see you, you matter. And you do that very well, and that's just one of the examples that I love to say, because generosity is beyond the money part. It's about seeing people and connecting with people. It's a generosity of time, mind, and heart, and care, and you exemplify that very well. And you know that because I tell him all the time. But I wanted you guys to have a picture of what it looks like in practice. So we go to the next one.
Yeah, but I have also another story. 2 days ago, I was sitting with one of the biggest VC in the region, and they're, we're supposed to close fundraising. Our biggest issue, it's funny, a good problem to have that we don't need money. Yeah, that's a good problem to have. And he said, I look like chill. You see entrepreneur running, you see fundraising. I say, of course I'm chill. I mean, I have the best team in the world. We are the biggest company in Qatar. And we don't need money. Actually, we have extra money that we think what to do with it, yeah? Of course, nothing. And this is something about leaders. You differently, if someone been with me at 2022, we had a crisis when tech bubble happened and we canceled our fundraising. I believe in the middle of the crisis, Hamza remember, Roberta remember, many of people remember, I still did not lose my smile. I still feel positive. I may remember very good, very good. Yeah, but I still have the smile, didn't come with the people. Guys, it's okay. This is startup and challenge is part of our DNA. Yeah, I mean this is not just relax, guys, and that should be you. I think it's true. And actually, this is psychological part. I see someone stressing their office. Let's say example. Not in Snoonu because I make sure no one stresses Snoonu. Everyone love and have passion. But let's say I come to Isa. And he's stressed. Isa worked with me in oil and gas for 25 years, yeah? And so he's stressed at his work because it's very, sometimes I have shut down, which means there is no oil production. It's very stressful. But that time I came to him during the shutdown and I said to him, your son's sick. Now, you have to go to the hospital. Yeah? Are we going to be stressed about the work or are we going to forget about it? We're going to forget. We're going to forget about all the stress because you have the priority being changed now, yeah? That's me from the first, from the beginning of the issue, you should not be stressed, yeah? Relax. And that's what you do soon. Maybe you're going to be stressed because maybe the manager or let's say the CEO, he stressed you. But when you have some life circumstances, will be more flexible with you. It's soon like make sure everyone's flexible in everything. I don't need to go to the hospital to give you more flexibility. We are flexible organization. We are positive. We are cool. We are making sure everyone is enjoying and have passion for what they do. So let's go to, and of course,
But just to add, but it's something that I see at Snoonu, there is a passion and intensity of working hard doesn't mean stress. Stress comes when I have a challenge that is greater than my resources and my ability, or I feel bored when my challenge is too small compared to what I can bring to the organization. And I love that in Snoonu, people are being challenged to that degree of just going beyond what they're used to, but within not too much to break them. And it's that challenge, that optimal zone that keeps people engaged. They're working at something that is worthwhile, that's meaningful. They have a good communication. They trust that they are doing the best work. They have a relationship with each other, and they are being stretched in a good way to do the maximum they can offer without breaking them, which is a fantastic combination that rarely you see in a lot of organizations. Either they play too low, it's too easy, and people bored, and then they're disengaged and they want to leave early, or they don't have the resources or the knowledge or the capability, and then they are freaking out or they're hiding, they're pretending they know when they don't know, and that's again not helpful. But that optimal space is beautiful, and it's something that I've seen across the teams in Snoonu. By the way, I'm not a Snoonu employee, so I'm coming in with fresh eyes. I'm not talking because I've studied their organization quite deeply.
Yeah, maybe not part of Snoonu now, but Snoonu always be part of you.
Oh, we're family, that's for sure. I was just saying, I'm not being paid to say this. That's what I'm saying.
So, also, the thing is, you have this relationship, you have all this positive, but without climate, it's impossible. But what is us? As you said, there is a stress, yeah? How to counter the stress? And I'll give you the model soon on how we counter stress. Stress can be countered with one very basic method. Ideas for the future. That's it. Someone is stressed because they have that problem. You just came with smart ideas to counter that, I would say, stress purpose, and he made decision fast. As example, let's take Rahman's example now, yeah? I want to do X in marketing. Yeah, I think I keep coming with new ideas every day, yeah? I have, she has stress about something is not happening. Usually I come to her, I don't question her. When I am a CEO, and my job is to help my team, you want me to say ideas, I always always helping. Okay, do you like this idea? Or she come with ideas. This is a big decision. Anyone block you? Is the CFO here? Good, let me tell you. Well, we don't have budget. No problem, there is budget, it's okay, yeah? He's here, he doesn't realize I'm talking. Hello, Nicholas.
Talking about
You are the leader of all the stress in the company. Yeah, but it's normal because you have a budget, yeah? It's okay. It's passed by 10%, 20%, so what, yeah? As long as the ideas will bring more value to the company, let's do it. This kind of behavior, let's do behavior, is stress and organization. But same climate, I sit with Alexander White, Masha, hello Masha. And she said, I came to the company, I said, everyone has smile and positive. I said, yes, we have a rules to hire people. Number one, they have to be smart and creative. What's number two? I don't know, you maybe, of course some of you know about this, we need to children is smart. We don't hire enough kind of people. So what's climate? Climate is a formation of multiple things. It's about individual, are they kind, are they not kind? What if you have someone arrogant? I'm sure we don't have anyone arrogant we don't want to arrogant people will never stay at the company. We don't have arrogant people in the company. All humble, all kind. And this is forming the culture soon. Because culture is not me, it's you guys, yeah? That's what Snoonu about. So then the clients are improving. If you really want to ask Snoonu 2022, I'm not sure who is here. You're there since 2023, yeah? Which category is better, 2025 or 3? In my opinion, it's 2025. Maybe for you it's same with like from organization. Every year we are improving in culture. We became better. Why? There is another method. Don't hire culture fit. Hire culture ads. People with more possibilities, with more smart ideas, with more intelligence, to keep adding. Then your client or the culture will be better. So, this is how it's happened, of course. Policy, companies, flexibility. I keep saying that. The moment you found yourself stressed to walk in the office of your manager, then you are dealing with a person leader. Make sure doors open, everyone can speak out, everyone can interrupt even my decision. Maybe Tamam had this 2 times with me. She come and interrupt the decision I made. Hamad, I think your decision should be this. Sure, I can change it. Sure, so what? It's fine. Maybe I'm wrong. This flexibility is what makes a good leader. Some people think leadership is about making the call, bulk call, and that's it. No, leadership is about flexibility. It's about listening to the people, talk with them, make things better, and talk with them. Have good conversation with people. You don't have that one, you cannot create. And there's something called the shadow leadership. That story became part of our culture. Oh, you know something? He's very flexible, CEO. I can talk with him anytime, but it's become standard. Now if she go to someone else, and she don't see the same treatment. They say, no, wait, the standard is open door. That means when we see a manager close the door, something is wrong. It will be the disorder, we have to take action. Yeah, we don't have this case now. But yeah, that is the client.
Yeah, and I just want to clarify this because a lot of people, when we talk the word positive things, everything's going to be easy. It's not that everything's going to be easy. But we're going to become resilient, right? Challenge and celebrating that win and actually believing that people can overcome those challenges. People fall back in resilience when they actually don't have the support and they feel alone when the challenges come. But when you have a group of people that are racing with you, then you become resilient and you overcome. It's safe to call in to help to actually keep moving, which is something that's Snoonu does very, very well. And last but not least, your leadership is your legacy. What would you say to us about your legacy in leadership?
Yeah, I believe actually the legacy is something we say. I believe like I can take example. I can see my legacy in someone like Hamad. I saw him when he gets married, when he have a kid, and now he's in HC Paris, he went to Istanbul. How is your legacy? It's about people. If I see people growth, if I see people growth, that I see my legacy. If we are not be able, Abdul here, he was with us, he take his first step in Snoonu, he got very good offer from Accenture, one of the world's biggest tech consultant. I encouraged him to take that step because it's good for his career. Then we became bigger, he came back to us. Actually, if I did not encourage him, he wouldn't leave Snoonu, by the way. If I did not sit with Jaime in the coffee and they told him, you know, due to your life challenge, it's okay, Jaime, you can let it go, yeah? They wouldn't come back to Snoonu. So that is the growth I see. If you don't have, I saw the growth from, you know, I would say IT manager all the way to director of digital innovation. So your legacy, you see it in people, not you. Yeah? Because what does make me grow? Make me grow, people grow. Yeah? If I have the ability to make people grow, that means I grow as a leader. And that's the question I want to think about it. What's your legacy? How many people did you manage to change their life for good? How many of them have grown? How many people being promoted? How many people achieved it from Inter? I remember Zayyab. I found it in LinkedIn. Just imagine. All the way from Inter to GML. That's my legacy. And that's what I want to leave in the soul. One day, maybe you are not part of the soul, yeah? But people will talk about your soul. Since thousands of years of human, yeah? How deep do we know about human legacy? It's by other people, and other people telling other people. So actually, the only way to pass the story and legacy by other people. You can talk about you in good way or in very bad way. And you need to make sure your name, your legacy will stay in everyone's heart and mind all the time.
Absolutely. That's what I want to encourage all of you to be thinking about. What is the legacy? What is the footprint that I'm living and the people that I lead? It's such an important question to ask yourself, because do you want to be remembered as the leader that is the example of not to be? Or do you want to be remembered as the person that made an impact and transformed my career, my journey in the right way, who believed in me when maybe I didn't believe, who actually encouraged me, gave me challenges that nobody else would give, and let me grow in a place where I was safe to grow and to shine and to become a thriving leader, right? And I think that is the beauty of leadership, when you can actually create the conditions for everyone to thrive. Automatically, the organization thrives. It's not just about people, it's about the people creating the organization that is going to be bringing in the exceptional results, the exceptional success. And that is why positive leadership is the leadership of the moment and of the future. Because if you get stuck with old models, you're not going to see those exponential successes. You might survive, but you're not going to be growing exponentially like Snoonu is growing.
Maybe I will explain like basic business, I will say basic leadership model, maybe people will remember it better. So there is one famous model, it's called, so why some manager fail, yeah? Case number one, just high expectation. It's high expectation. I expect from you to do this for me, yeah? And it's your problem, you have to solve it, you have to do it, I don't care. I'm the boss.
Come to me with solutions.
Come with solutions, yeah? I'm the boss, just do it for me.